My name is Sheena Donaldson. I'm a knowledge manager at CIPS, and today I'm joined by Toshif Vally, and we're going to be reflecting on our own study journeys through the CIPS study path. It's something I've recently finished, and it's something that Tosh is nearly completed. So we're going to be discussing some of the insights, challenges and benefits to CIPS qualifications. Tosh, you're currently at stage 6 of your CIPS study. And can I just ask you, what was the reason you started studying your CIPS qualifications?
I started studying my CIPS qualification with some of my colleagues who were already CIPS qualified. So they encouraged me and motivated me. And also by engaging and networking with other procurement professionals. And also when you applied for jobs as well, it's like quite a mandatory requirement now these days, or else they wouldn't even entertain your CV if you don't have anything to do with CIPS qualifications or MCIPS qualified. So yeah.
I was going to say, it certainly opens quite a few doorways for your career progression. Have you found other studying members on your journey? I know we've possibly mentioned that you're involved in other networking opportunities that are available through CIPS. Have you found that beneficial?
Yeah, it's really good to basically speak to other members who are studying as well at different levels, to get their understanding and to understand their experience as well. And it's just really good in terms of supporting each other. And it builds like a good, strong network, because obviously if you've done an exam and then someone's about to sit it, if you give them some pointers, they'll appreciate it. And then vice versa, if you've gone to sit an exam and they've already done it, they might give you a few pointers as well, which could benefit each other. And it's just really good for networking as well.
I think that's an invaluable point that you make. I mean, certain people that you network with throughout your studying journey, they're probably going to be walking a similar path to you throughout their career as well. So it's invaluable to build your network up as well. I agree with you there. And just looking through the different routes that CIPS offers for studying, I understand that you're registered with a CIPS study centre. So how much support have you had from the study centre? How's that journey planned out for yourself? Is it going to plan?
Yeah, I've just recently switched over to a new provider, and they call SL Procurement Solutions, Stephen Lovett, and he is awesome. He's incredible in terms of supporting wise, and he's always reachable as well if you have any questions when you're revising, and he'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I'm doing my classes at the moment virtually, while I'm doing full-time job as well. So it's just very different, and then I just have to go to sit my exams to the nearest study centre.
Lovely. So you're finding everything's accessible for you. Like you say, you've got great support to get you through your studies as well. So that's great to hear. And just thinking about all the materials that are available through CIPS or through your study centre, what's been your favourite study resource today that's really helped you with your exams?
Well, when it was the old syllabus, I used to enjoy reviewing the past papers and looking at the past papers, and also looking at the pass rates and stuff as well on different modules and stuff. And then also looking at stuff online, like other case studies, for instance, or other like similar kind of scenarios and questions which might appear on the exam day. But on the new syllabus, because everything's quite changed, the best study material which I prefer at the moment is going through notes, pinpointing all the key areas in each different learning outcome, and then basically try and memorize it, and also try and get familiar with it by applying your models which you have already used in level 4 and 5, and also try and think of some real life examples which makes things more sense when you're going through your notes as well. If you could apply real life examples from work where you probably have done something related to that outcome. So yeah.
I agree with you completely. I remember doing that in my own study journey, actually reading something through the study materials, but then being able to apply it in the day job. And
Mhm.
have you found that it's been beneficial, the fact that you are working full time in a procurement role alongside doing your study? And has that really helped to the two areas to come together, your studying and your practitioner side of things?
Yeah, because it definitely sharpens and increases your knowledge, and some of the terminology and the methodology you use when you're actually communicating, for instance, your stakeholders or your internal or your suppliers, it makes much more easier to understand what you're talking about and stuff as well.
Yeah, that's great to hear that you're being able to pull everything and apply it in the day job. It certainly helps to sometimes look at the role that you're doing and consider other ways of doing things, efficiencies that you can bring into your practitioner role, or new best practice ideas as well. So certainly beneficial from that perspective. But what would you say CIPS qualifications has done for your career so far?
So far, as I've recently changed jobs, so it has obviously helped me with that. At one point in my life, when I was trying to start a career within procurement, I used to get rejections all the time, whether that was after interviews or whether that was before interviews. Wasn't even getting shortlisted because there was no mention of CIPS or MCIPS on my CV, and that was the critical part for me, because obviously then I took it and then I evaluated myself, and then I thought it's definitely worthwhile to work towards, and it's like it's like a really good goal as well to work towards as well, especially if you want to progress within the procurement career. So I started as a junior buyer, then I went as a purchasing assistant, then I became a buyer, and now I'm a procurement specialist, but soon to be a category specialist. So I don't think where I am today um, wouldn't be possible without my CIPS qualifications.
That's fantastic to hear that it's helping you to evolve in your career
Mhm.
and get to where you aspire to be at the end of the day. And I completely agree with what you've said there, that there's so many job applications where it says must be MSIPs or working towards. So it really takes that barrier out when you want to expand your horizons in your career opportunities as well. So it's great to hear that you're heading in that fantastically positive direction. So thinking that you really are quite near to the finish line. If you're on level 6, you've not got long to go. So you're going to have some aspirations and thinking about your career ahead. So
Mhm.
where do you think MSIPS could potentially lead you in the next few years? What's your aspirations?
My aspirations are to achieve the MSIPs, then become chartered, and then work really hard and get into a senior procurement role. And then from there, if that's a success, then to do FSIPs and become a fellow.
That's fantastic to hear, Tosh. That's a great journey to be on, and like I say, it's nice to have that pinnacle to work towards. I'm hoping it will continue to open some great doors for you, and see you really succeeding in your career path as well. So, are you now reflecting back on your choices of coming into procurement as a profession and thinking it was absolutely the right choice for you?
Yeah, because at that point, I spoke to a lot of people, because after coming out of uni, freshly graduated, I was just confused what to do. And especially having a business degree as well, it's quite generic, which direction you want to go in terms of your career, whether it was HR, marketing. But procurement is something really good, especially when you achieve stuff within your organization and get best value for your organization as well, especially coming from public sector. It's a really great achievement, and it's really good for the organization, and especially being in the educational sector as well, especially when you get them savings in for the schools and stuff. It's really helpful, and it's a really big benefit for the schools as well, because that money which they've saved through the tender process and being more compliant, that allows them to use them funds to basically do anything within their school, which could be from renovating the building, or it could be used elsewhere to resource the school as well. So yeah.
Lovely. So it sounds like everything's really clicking into place for you, and you're really expanding your skill set. So I just want to say thank you so much for talking to me today. It's been great to hear about your own study journey, and like I say, that finishing line's not far off for you now. So I just wanted to wish you all the success with achieving everything that you've got laid out in front of you. It sounds like a really positive direction that you're heading in, and it's great to hear how CIPS qualifications is supporting you on that journey as well. So just a big thank you, Tosh. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me as well.
Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.